Good afternoon. This is All India Radio, and I am Sanjay Mattu with the midday news. The headlines. Supreme Court halts felling of trees in Mumbai's Aarey Colony, next hearing on 21st October. Today is the last day of withdrawal of nominations for Maharashtra and Haryana. Environment and Forest Minister Prakash Javadekar says country will shift to BS6 vehicular emission norms by April next year. Pakistan has not taken sufficient measures to fully implement UNSC Resolution against Hafiz Saeed and other terrorists, says Asia Pacific Group of Financial Action Task Force. Portugal exit polls predict majority for Indian origin António Costa's Socialist Party in general elections, and Maha Navami being celebrated in several parts of the country. The Supreme Court today ordered that status quo should be maintained regarding felling of trees at Mumbai's Aarey Colony. The court asked the Maharashtra government not to cut any more trees, adding it will have to examine the entire matter. The court also asked for the inclusion of the Union Environment Ministry as a party in the matter. A special bench of Justices Arun Mishra and Ashok Bhushan started an urgent hearing on a plea filed by a law student on the felling of trees in the area to set up a metro car shed. The move is being opposed by green activists and local residents. The Apex Court's Forest Bench will hear a plea on the matter on October 21. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the Maharashtra government, assured the bench that henceforth no trees will be cut. He also told the court that all those arrested for protesting have been released. Today is the last day for withdrawal of nominations for assembly elections in Maharashtra and Haryana. Nominations can be withdrawn till 3 p.m. The two states will go to the polls on the 21st of this month. Voting will take place for 288 assembly constituencies in Maharashtra and 90 seats in Haryana. Counting of votes will be held on the 24th of October. Our Chandigarh correspondent has filed this report.
In Haryana, today on last day of withdrawal of the nomination papers, Anita Agarwal, wife of Gurugram MLA, Umesh Agarwal, has withdrawn her nomination papers. He took the decision to withdraw her nomination after talk with Chief Minister Manohar Lal. She had filed her nomination papers as an independent candidate from Gurugram after his husband was denied ticket by the party. JJP candidate from Ambala Kent, Gurupal Singh Majra, has also announced to withdraw his nomination papers in favor of BJP candidate. He has joined the BJP yesterday. So far, 17 candidates have withdrawn their nomination papers in Haryana. Ashwini Kumar Sharma, AIR News, Chandigarh.
In Maharashtra, the BJP, the Congress, the Shiv Sena and the NCP are trying hard to convince their rebel candidates to withdraw their nominations. Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis and State Minister Chandrakant Patil are trying to pacify the rebels. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah will be the star campaigners for the BJP in the assembly elections in Maharashtra. This was informed by State BJP President Chandrakant Patil. He said the Prime Minister will address 9 election rallies and Amit Shah 18 rallies in the state. The Prime Minister will address election rallies in Satara and Pune on October 17. Environment and Forest Minister Prakash Javadekar today said the country will shift to the Bharat Stage 6 or BS6 vehicular emission norms from BS4 by April 2020. He was speaking to reporters in New Delhi.
BS6 is a revolutionary step, and throughout the country from BS3 to 4, transformation of fuel has really reduced in heavy duty vehicles 80% of particulate matter. And more importantly, this required central government's investment of 60,000 crore rupees.
BS6 compliant vehicles will be coming to Delhi in April 2020. BS6 petrol and diesel is already available in Delhi NCR. Mr. Javadekar said the government has taken several steps for better air quality, including the construction of the peripheral expressway to reduce Delhi NCR pollution. The minister said pollution is also being checked due to the new Motor Vehicles Act. Terming green firecrackers as a historic step, the minister informed that the government has given 18,000 machines to farmers in Punjab and Haryana worth 1,150 crore rupees to tackle crop stubble. Mr. Javadekar said the air pollution problem in Delhi was not recognized till 2014. In 2015, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Air Quality Index, or AQI. 113 AQI monitoring stations are present in Delhi NCR and 29 more are to be installed soon. In Bihar, the flood situation remains grim even as the water level in several rivers continues to recede. It is feared that an epidemic outbreak looms large in the flood-affected areas. Over 200 cases of chikungunya have been recorded. More than 1,000 dengue cases have also been reported. The centre and the state government have deputed doctors in the affected areas. A report.
Separate wards in main government hospitals have been set up in view of increasing number of cases of dengue and chikungunya. Free health camps have also been set up. The authority has launched fumigation drive to combat the mosquito-borne disease from spreading further in waterlogged areas. Anti-larva control vehicle has also been pressed into service. With KK Lal's report from Patna, Suparna Bhatia, AIR News, Delhi.
The Asia-Pacific Group, or APG, of the Financial Action Task Force, or FATF, has concluded that Pakistan has not taken sufficient measures to fully implement UN Security Council Resolution 1267 obligations against Hafiz Saeed and other terrorists associated with the LET, JUD and other terror groups. The APG's latest report, Mutual Evaluation Report of Pakistan, comes as a major setback for Pakistan, which faces the threat of being placed under the FATF's blacklist. The APG has asked the country to identify, assess and understand its money laundering or terror financing risks. It also urges Pakistan to implement a comprehensive and coordinated risk-based approach to combating these risks. Pakistan was placed on the agency's grey list in 2018 and given a 15-month deadline to implement its action plan. The final review of the matter is expected to be done in Paris later this month. The Jammu and Kashmir Director General of Police, Dilbagh Singh, has stressed the need for coordination and synergy among security forces. He said Pakistan wants to keep the pot of militancy boiling through cross-border firing, provocations and ceasefire violations. He, however, said the security forces have strengthened the anti-infiltration grid to deal with any challenge. The DGP was speaking to the media in Poonch after visiting Katra, Poonch and Mandi, where he took stock of the security scenario. Dilbagh Singh said the current situation in Jammu, Leh and Kargil is peaceful. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has left on a 2-day visit to France. An official release said Mr. Singh will meet French President Emmanuel Macron tomorrow. Later, he'll participate in the Rafale fighter aircraft handing over ceremony at Mérignac along with French Minister of the Armed Forces, Florence Parly. He'll also perform Shastra Puja on the auspicious occasion of Vijayadashmi and fly a sortie in a Rafale fighter jet. The Defence Minister is also scheduled to hold the annual Defence Dialogue with the French Minister of the Armed Forces. He'll address CEOs of the French defence industry, during which he is likely to urge them to participate in Make in India and the Defence Expo to be held in Lucknow in February next year. Portuguese Prime Minister of Indian origin, António Costa's Socialist Party has won the general elections according to exit polls. His Socialist Party received more than a third of the votes in yesterday's election, but failed to secure a majority in Parliament. Costa, with roots in Goa, is also known by his nickname Babush or Little Boy in Konkani. A recipient of the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman, he was presented the Overseas Citizen of India card by Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his visit there in 2017. In a televised address, Costa said, "Political stability is necessary for the creation of new jobs in Portugal, and his responsibility is to fulfill commitments made with the Portuguese over the next 4 years." His main rival party, the centre-right Social Democrats, came second with 28% of the votes. Portugal's socialist government has ruled for 4 years with support from the smaller leftist parties. In Sri Lanka, a record number of 35 candidates are in the fray for the presidential elections scheduled for the 16th of next month. The candidates, including former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Minister Sajith Premadasa and former Army Chief Mahesh Senanayake, filed the nominations before the Election Commission this morning. A total of 41 candidates had submitted security deposits, but 6 did not file their nominations. More from our correspondent.
Nominations were filed at the Election Commission this morning and 6 persons who had submitted security deposits earlier did not file nominations. The main contest is expected to be between former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Minister Sajith Premadasa. This is the first time that neither sitting president nor opposition leader are in the contest. President Maithripala Sirisena's party has not fielded any candidate and yet not decided which side to support. Gotabaya is the brother of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, who is not eligible to contest the elections because of two-term limit. Santosh Kumar for AIR News, Colombo.
A White House statement has said Turkey will soon invade northern Syria. This causes uncertainty over Kurdish fighters allied with the United States in an anti-Islamic State campaign. US President Donald Trump said the US will stand aside as Ankara launches its long-planned operation. Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham stated that Turkey will take custody of foreign fighters captured in the US-led campaign against the IS. The fighters have been held by Kurdish forces supported by the US. The move marks a major shift in US policy and effectively abandons Kurds, an American ally, in the battle against the so-called IS group that took over a swathe of Syria. Maha Navami or Durga Navami is being celebrated in different parts of the country today. On this day, Goddess Durga is worshipped as Mahesasur Mardini, which symbolizes the victory of good over evil. Our Kolkata correspondent reports the entire metropolis is brilliantly decorated with pandals. The Kolkata police have tied up with Google Maps for pandals and traffic indications this year. Water conservation, cleanliness initiatives for protecting the environment, harmful effects of using plastic bags, and the Balakot airstrikes are some of the highlights of Puja pandals which are drawing huge crowds. In Assam, over 5,000 Durga Puja mandaps have been set up. Devotees are thronging Puja pandals to worship Goddess Durga. Chanting of mantras, lighting of earthen lamps, and cultural programs attract thousands of devotees from all walks of life towards Puja pandals. This year, special emphasis has been given to maintaining cleanliness and eliminating single-use plastic. Odisha is celebrating an environment-friendly Durga Puja as the majority of the Puja pandals in the state are following Go Green after the Odisha government banned the single-use plastic from 2nd October. Huge pandals have been erected in the twin cities of Bhubaneswar and Cuttack. More from our correspondent.
In Bhubaneswar, Commissionerate Police deployed 30 platoons of police force to ensure smooth passage of Durga Puja celebrations. There are about 178 Puja pandals in the city. At the same time, this year, at least 170 mandaps have come up in Cuttack, of which 70 have invoked deities of Goddess Durga and the remaining pandals are worshipping the idols of Lord Shiva. Tishri Singh Rathore, AIR News.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has greeted the people on the occasion of Maha Navami. In a tweet, Mr. Modi sought the blessings of Goddess Siddhi Datri for the well-being of society. World Trade Organization, or WTO, will host the first World Cotton Day celebrations in Geneva today. The event stems from the application by the Cotton 4 countries, Benin, Burkina Faso, Chad and Mali, to the United Nations General Assembly for its official recognition of the World Cotton Day. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Supreme Court halts felling of trees in Mumbai's Aarey Colony, next hearing on 21st October. Today is the last day of withdrawal of nominations for Maharashtra and Haryana. Environment and Forest Minister Prakash Javadekar says country will shift to BS6 vehicular emission norms by April next year. Pakistan has not taken sufficient measures to fully implement UNSC Resolution against Hafiz Saeed and other terrorists, says Asia-Pacific Group of Financial Action Task Force. Portugal exit polls predict majority for Indian origin António Costa's Socialist Party in general elections. And Maha Navami being celebrated in several parts of the country. And with that, we end the midday news.